So 20 years ago, even before 20 years ago, was an interesting time in Michigan's educational history. Proposal A was just passed by John Engler, which was a whole new way to fund schools. He passed legislation after that, actually signed in Scotch Settlement School, that authorized charter schools, public school academies. That coincided with our deep understanding of the history of this place.
It was all about going back to our mission of learning by doing. You know, some people are saying, how is this going to work? Are we not being a museum anymore?
Thankfully, through a terrific consultant named Bob Docking, ended up with the person who's the real hero of this place, and that's Cora Christmas. The other ingredient to that was we had superb partners in Ford Motor Company and with Mike Flanagan, who was the superintendent of the Intermediate School District.
The founding partners always thought about this school as a laboratory for innovations in teaching and learning.
Henry Ford Academy is really part of the DNA of the Henry Ford. All of the artifacts that are housed here, including the buildings in Greenfield Village, were intended to be used by the students for hands-on learning. So when our school was founded, the whole opportunity was public school in public space.
You've got teenagers walking the halls with adults from all over the planet.
They're working with people that have diverse backgrounds. They live in a hyper-global community.
Every day is like a field trip, you know, and so every day they're talking to a new presenter who's an expert in some area.
This place is full of people who had purposeful lives. To throw kids in the middle of that, it's pretty powerful.
Education should be a holistic experience. You know, as human beings, we all have a wide range of needs. It's not just academic.
I explain to students, we don't pick our parents, we don't pick our situations, but you can pick your path. That mad student, that wounded student, they see there's hope. And you gotta give them hope.
It's that personal investment of the faculty and staff that really make this not just an academic institution, but an emotional institution, a family.
And I think if we set the bar high and if we put them in a situation where they can do really cool things, they can work together, they can create, they can solve problems, I think they can do amazing things, and they do.
For example, our soccer team didn't have any soccer goals. The opportunity came up where I could host 2 car washes and raise enough money to get soccer goals. And now hopefully we're getting some home games down at Walnut Grove.
The creativity it takes for them to do their sports on our campus is ingenious.
It's so interesting. I tell people all the time, I think I use more of the skills that I learned here every day than the skills I learned in college. The ability to work in a team, communicate, collaborate, innovation, problem solving, critical thinking, those are all the things that employers ask for now.
If we're going to have innovators in the United States or in the world, there's this other set of training that I think they need to have.
With what I do here with the senior mastery process, it bridges the world of academics to the world of work. They are able to get out into the workforce, actually experience some cool jobs, and come out and say, yes, I have the interest, the skill, and the passion to do something like this.
Those are the hidden skills that we don't measure on a test anywhere that I think give our kids that extra bounce when they leave this place. I want us to stay connected with these kids at least through their first year of college, so that when they go, from this very caring, nurturing high school, we want somebody to be there when the kid is in his dorm room and they're like thinking, I can't make this, because they're a navigator for life.
We are now graduating entire senior classes that are heading to college.
Our return rate is phenomenal. We've had return rates from freshman to sophomore year of 85%. That's like unheard of. When you think about, nationally, that return rate is somewhere in the 40s.
The academic function is critically important, and we're getting better and better and better at that. But the cultural function is supremely important.
Many people outside of our school have commented it's the most diverse school in the state of Michigan. Economically, socially, culturally, racially, religious-wise too.
They are forming a community that truly works and functions. It is deeply influenced in a positive way the culture of the museum. It has really driven a sense of what the mission of a social change means in a place like this.
20 years ago, someone had a vision. They brought love together. Love, to me, is when you tell somebody, you know what, you're smart, you can do it, you could pass ACT, you're gonna get into that college. Love is that interaction when you look into somebody's eyes when they wanna give up. That's what HFA is. HFA is love.
And I believe that, if we look forward to the next 20 years, this school is only gonna get better, but really what's gonna be exciting is watching what these kids do, because they're the ones that are gonna change the world.